Speak English like a native. 7 secrets. Nobody tells you. Stop for a second and ask yourself, why is it that after months, maybe years, of studying English, you still hesitate when you speak? Why do native speakers sound so effortless, so natural, while you feel stuck translating every single word in your head? You've memorized the grammar, learned thousands of vocabulary words, and even watched countless lessons. Yet, something is still missing. Here's the truth no one tells you. Sounding like a native has little to do with perfect grammar or knowing fancy words. Fluency is not about reciting rules. It's about rhythm, connected speech, the phrases natives actually use, and the secret habits they rely on without even realizing it. And today, I'm going to give you access to those secrets. Imagine yourself walking into a coffee shop in London or New York. You greet someone and instead of freezing, the words just flow. Smooth, natural, confident. No overthinking, no awkward pauses, no fear of sounding wrong. That's exactly what this video is about. Over the next few minutes, I'll share 7 powerful secrets that native speakers use every day. Secrets hidden in movies, podcasts, street conversations, and casual chats that most teachers never teach you. You'll finally understand why phrases like "I'm going to" become "I'm gonna," why "want to" turns into "wanna," and why real English sounds nothing like the textbook English you learned. This is not another boring grammar lesson. This is a new way to hear English, feel English, and speak English, like someone who belongs. If you want to think faster, connect your sentences naturally, and speak without translating, you're exactly where you need to be. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand these 7 secrets, you'll never listen to native speakers the same way again. And from today, people will finally say, "Wow, your English sounds amazing." If you've ever felt lost listening to native speakers, here's the real reason. They don't pronounce every single word separately. English isn't spoken word by word like in textbooks. It's connected, flowing, and compressed. It sounds like a single melody, and until you understand this, you'll always feel like natives are speaking too fast. Let me show you. Imagine you learned this sentence: "I am going to eat dinner." In school, you pronounce each word clearly. I am going to eat dinner. But that's not how native speakers talk. In real life, it sounds like, "I'm gonna eat dinner." Did you hear the difference? 3 changes happened at once. I am became I'm, going to became gonna. The words connect into one rhythm, almost like music. This isn't lazy English. This is natural English. And here's why it matters. When you speak using connected speech, your brain spends less energy, your sentences sound smoother, and people understand you more easily. Another example. Do you want to go? Textbook version. Do you want to go? Native version. Do you want to go? At first it sounds shocking. Where did the sounds go? But this is exactly why learners struggle to understand movies, TV shows, and casual conversations. Because the spoken English you hear in real life is compressed, connected, and efficient. The good news? Once you start practicing these patterns, everything changes. Suddenly, podcasts become clearer, movies make sense without subtitles, and your own English starts sounding effortless. In this video, I'll guide you through specific connected speech techniques and phrases natives use every single day. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand natives better, you'll sound like one. Now, this is just the first secret, but it builds the foundation for everything else. And the next one? It's even more powerful because it's about how to use real-life expressions that make you sound instantly natural. Phrases you'll never find in textbooks. Here's the hard truth. The phrases you learned in textbooks often sound unnatural and even robotic to native speakers. When you say, "Hello, how are you?" "I am fine, thank you." It sounds polite, yes, But it also sounds like you've never had a real conversation in English. That's because native speakers rarely talk this way in real life. For example, if you walk into a cafe in New York and see a friend, you probably won't hear, "Hello, how are you today?" Instead, you'll hear, "Hey, what's up?" Or maybe, "How's it going?" Sometimes they keep it even shorter. "Morning," or just a simple nod and smile. And it doesn't stop with greetings. Natives use casual, flexible expressions for everyday situations. Instead of "goodbye," they say, "Catch you later," "See ya," or "Gotta run." Instead of "I am very tired," they say, "I'm beat," or "I'm wiped out." But instead of "That's very good," they might say, "That's awesome," "That's sick," or even "That's lit." These are the phrases you hear constantly in movies, podcasts, and on the streets. But most learners never practice them, which creates a huge gap between classroom English and real English. Here's the magic. When you start using these expressions, native speakers instantly feel more comfortable around you. Your conversations flow naturally. You sound more confident, and people stop adjusting their speech for you. They start talking to you like one of them. We'll break down some of the most powerful everyday phrases in this video and show you exactly when and how to use them. And trust me, once you start using just a handful of these expressions, your English will feel completely different. But here's the thing. Knowing the expressions is not enough. To truly sound like a native, you need to think in English, not translate from your native language. That's where the third secret comes in, and it will completely change the way you process English forever. Here's the truth. As long as you keep translating every sentence in your head, you'll never sound like a native. That constant back and forth between your native language and English creates delays, breaks your flow, and makes your brain work twice as hard. Think about this. When a friend asks you, "Hey, what are you doing this weekend?" Do you pause, translate the question into your language, form the answer in your head, then translate it back into English? If so, by the time you reply, the moment is already gone. Native speakers don't think this way. They think directly in English, and that's why they sound so effortless. But here's the good news. Thinking in English is a skill you can train, step by step. And no, it doesn't happen by memorizing rules or obsessing over grammar. It happens through immersion and association. Here's a simple technique. Describe your daily life in English as it happens. When you wake up, instead of saying in your native language, "I'm brushing my teeth," say it in English. To yourself, in real time. Walking down the street? Name what you see. "I see a tree. I see a car. The sky is cloudy." Cooking dinner? Narrate the steps in English, even if they're simple. "I'm cutting the onions. I'm boiling water." Over time, your brain stops searching for translations and starts making direct connections between ideas and English words. This speeds up your thinking and makes your responses automatic. Another powerful trick is shadowing, repeating exactly what native speakers say in real time. Pause a video. Repeat the line. Mimic the rhythm, the pronunciation, the intonation. You're not just copying sounds, you're training your brain to feel the language instead of decoding it. Once you break free from translating, you'll notice two big changes. You understand native speakers faster because your brain processes English naturally. You speak more fluently because you're not building sentences. You're recalling them instantly. And here's the best part. Once you start thinking in English, every other secret in this video becomes 10 times more effective. Now that your brain is ready to process English like a native, the fourth secret is about unlocking the hidden rhythm of the language. How stress, intonation, and melody make your English sound alive instead of robotic. This one will transform the way you speak forever. Here's the thing nobody teaches you in school. English isn't just about words. It's about sound, melody, and emotion. If you've ever wondered why native speakers sound so smooth and effortless, it's because they follow a rhythm and play with their intonation to make meaning clear. Without it, even perfect grammar can sound flat, robotic, and unnatural. English is a stress-timed language, which means some words get more emphasis while others almost disappear. Take this sentence: I want to go to the store. Most learners pronounce every word equally. I want to go to the store. But native speakers stress only the important words. I want to go to the store. The small words to, they, a get softer and faster, like background music. That's why English feels like it has a beat. And once you learn it, your sentences instantly sound smoother. Intonation is just as important. It's how your voice rises and falls to express meaning, emotion, or attitude. For yes/no questions, your tone usually goes up at the end. Are you coming? For information questions, starting with what, where, when, who, why, or how, your tone usually goes down at the end. Where are you going? For statements, your voice falls slightly. I'm going to the store. Intonation also shows feelings. Excited? Your pitch goes up. Unsure? Your voice hesitates. Confident? Your tone is steady and calm. Natives use these patterns without thinking, and that's why their English sounds alive, full of personality and connection. Here's a powerful exercise. Listen to a short clip from a movie or podcast. Play it 3 times. First, just listen for the music of the sentence, where it rises, falls, speeds up, or slows down. Then, repeat it exactly as you hear it. Finally, record yourself and compare. When you start matching the rhythm and intonation of native speakers, something incredible happens. Your English transforms. People instantly understand you better, your sentences flow, and you sound confident, natural, and authentic. And here's where it gets even better. Once you control rhythm and melody, you're ready for the 5th secret: learning the hidden shortcuts that natives use when speaking fast. These are the reductions, contractions, and connected sounds that make real-life English sound nothing like the English in textbooks. Here's something no textbook ever told you. Native speakers break the rules constantly. They reduce, contract, and blend sounds together so naturally that entire words almost disappear. If you've ever thought, why does English sound so fast? This is the reason. Take this sentence. What are you going to do? In a classroom, you'd say, what are you going to do? But a native speaker? They compress it into, what you gonna do? 6 words collapse into 3 beats. Here are some other real-life examples. Did you? Didja? Didja eat yet? Want to? Wanna? I wanna learn English. Got you? Gotcha? I gotcha? Don't worry. Give me? Gimme? Gimme a second. Let me? Lemme? Lemme show you. Don't you? Doncha? Doncha no? These shortcuts aren't wrong. They're how English is actually spoken in everyday life. And here's the key. If you don't learn them, you'll always feel like natives are speaking another language. But once you master them, 2 amazing things happen. Your listening improves instantly. You'll finally understand conversations, movies, and podcasts without constantly pausing. Your speech becomes smoother. You stop sounding robotic and start sounding effortless. Here's a quick exercise. Choose 5 shortcuts from the list above and practice them out loud. Say them naturally, like one continuous sound, not word by word. Then, test yourself by watching your favorite English series and spotting these reductions in real time. This secret is one of the fastest ways to bridge the gap between classroom English and real-world English. And the best part? When you combine these shortcuts with connected speech, your English starts to sound almost indistinguishable from a native speaker's. But there's one more barrier we need to break: confidence. Even with perfect pronunciation, natural expressions, and smooth rhythm, many learners freeze when it's time to speak. That's why the sixth secret is about developing the mindset and confidence to actually sound fluent in real conversations. Here's the truth: even if you know all the grammar rules, memorize hundreds of expressions, and understand everything you hear, you'll never sound like a native if you hesitate every time you need to speak. Confidence is what separates students who know English from those who actually speak it fluently. Why does this happen? Because most learners are afraid of making mistakes. They think, what if I sound stupid? What if people laugh at my accent? What if I forget a word? But here's the secret: native speakers don't care about your mistakes. What they notice is your intention to communicate. In fact, even native speakers make grammar mistakes all the time. They just keep talking. To sound natural and confident, you need to reprogram your mindset. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for connection. Your goal isn't to sound like a textbook. It's to be understood and engage in real conversations. Here are 3 powerful strategies to build unstoppable confidence. 1. Practice low-stakes conversations. Join online English forums, language exchange apps, or small speaking groups. Start with casual topics so the pressure is low. The more you talk, the faster the fear disappears. 2. Visualize the conversation before it happens. Before calling customer service, ordering at a restaurant, or joining a work meeting, rehearse the sentences in your head. When your brain knows the path, your words flow more naturally. 3. Embrace mistakes as part of fluency. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. Instead of feeling embarrassed, laugh at your errors and keep going. This resilience is what makes your English stronger over time. When your mindset shifts from "I must be perfect" to "I want to connect," your tone, speed, and energy change. People start responding to your confidence, not your mistakes. And once you combine confidence with everything we've learned so far: connected speech, real-life expressions, rhythm, shortcuts, you'll sound authentic and natural without forcing it. Now we've reached the final secret. The 7th and last step ties everything together: the system to practice English like a native every single day, so you improve 10x faster than with traditional methods. Here's the final secret: fluency isn't built in the classroom. It's built in your daily life. If you want to sound like a native, you can't depend only on courses, apps, or memorizing grammar. You need a consistent, immersive routine that turns English into a natural part of your day. The key is to practice like a native lives. Natives don't study English, they live it. The trick is to recreate that immersion, no matter where you are. Here's the 3-step daily system I recommend. Step 1. Input. Listen like a native. Dedicate 20 to 30 minutes daily to authentic English content. Movies, podcasts, YouTube channels, songs. But here's the secret: don't just listen passively. Actively pay attention to rhythm and intonation, connected speech, common expressions and shortcuts. Pause, repeat, mimic. This locks the sounds into your brain and rewires how you process English. Step 2. Output. Speak daily, even if it's to yourself. Fluency comes from speaking, not from endless reading or memorization. Talk to yourself in English. Describe your actions. Narrate your thoughts. Example: I'm opening the fridge. I need to wash the dishes. I'll send the email later. This forces your brain to think in English and builds automatic recall. Step 3. Feedback. Correct, adapt, and upgrade. Record yourself speaking. Compare it to a native speaker saying the same sentence. Notice the differences: rhythm, pronunciation, stress, and adjust. You can also join conversation groups or language exchange platforms where natives correct you in real time. Do this every day and your brain stops treating English like a foreign language. Instead, it becomes the language you think, feel, and express yourself in. That's when the real magic happens. You understand fast English effortlessly. You sound natural without overthinking. You gain confidence to speak anywhere, with anyone. Fluency isn't about studying harder. It's about training smarter. And with these 7 secrets, you now have a complete system that takes you far beyond traditional methods.